Hi. When somebody says to you, "You've changed," you've changed, mate. What they basically saying to you is you no longer fit what they want you to be. They have an idea of who you are based on what they've heard about you, and you no longer fit their narrative, and you no longer fit their gossip about you, because now they have to tell a different story about you because you've changed. There's something different about you. And the reality is, we tend to do that to people. I know I've certainly done it, where you meet somebody at a certain phase in their lives and a certain chapter in their lives, and you sort of pigeonhole that and you say, well, that's who that person is. And as soon as that person does something that's outside of that, or they grow up, they mature, they progress, we start to say, that's not the person that I knew. I have to change my narrative about that person right now. I think one of the cruelest things we can do is to assume that people are always going to be the same, even though you met that person on a really, really bad day and you've judged them according to your last experience of them, when your life just happened to collide with their lives during a very difficult time in their lives. And so people will do that with you as well, and they'll tell you that you've changed. Meanwhile, you've actually just got on with your life and you are no longer suiting them. They liked it when they could say things about you, that you were in trouble, that you'd done something bad, that you had financial worries, or that your relationships were not going well, because they had somebody to talk about that took the heat off themselves. And they were able then to say, you know what, that person's a lot worse off than I am. So let's hope that they don't get their act together. And then suddenly you change and you grow up, and they meet you a few years, sometimes even decades down the line, and they're trying to put you into that same shape. It's like taking the wrong puzzle piece and trying to put it into a space that is just not designed for, and you're just not fitting that anymore. And they're saying, what's wrong with you? You've changed. And you're saying, no, I've just been living my life, acquiring wisdom, acquiring experience as I've gone along, and I am a different person, but then so should we all be. So I guess what I'm saying today is, do not pigeonhole people and put them into certain categories according to a meeting you had with them or a period in your life that you spent with them, and without also giving them credit for the fact that they might have learned from some of their mistakes and that they've grown to be a better person. May we all do that. And when people say to me, you've changed, I take that as a compliment, because it means I no longer fit into their narrative. I no longer fit what they thought about me. I'm a different person now. And I know for myself that I'm a better person than who I was. And you are no longer what you used to be, but you're not yet what you're becoming. But keep on going. Never, ever give up. Keep on learning life's lessons. The only problem is when we keep making the same mistake over and over again and getting the same consequence. And then there's a problem. But we learn from our mistakes. We become better people as life goes on. And so you've changed? Well, I hope so.